Hi, my name is Sue. And just like some of you, I suffer from sleeplessness and insomnia at night, and instead of fighting it, I get out of bed and onto my mat and do a quick yoga routine, and that seems to help calm my mind and body down. And today I'm sharing some of what I do with you. I hope you enjoy it. Come on onto your mat and find a comfortable seated position. Place a blanket under the hips or a bolster or pillow to raise the hips up a little so that you find a little bit more comfort. Easy pose is a good position with one shin in front of the other. Place your hands on your thighs or on your knees and close your eyes. And begin with breath flowing in and out through the nose. As you take that inhale, feel yourself sit a little taller. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders to relax away from your ears. Soften your facial features. Relax your jaw and cheeks. And focus on your deep inhales and exhales. The next inhale you take, start to rock slightly forward. And as you exhale, rock back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Start to move your spine a little bit more as you come forward. Press the chest forward. And as you draw back, really round at the spine, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Exhale to draw it back. And one more time. Next time you come forward, take it into a circular movement. Small circles will do. Just stretching out that low back. Very gentle movements. Keep that breath flowing. And switch directions. And then find your way back to center, seated tall. If you need to switch those legs around, go for it. And we'll place that right hand down onto the ground and lean towards the right side. Option to take that left hand, reach it up towards the ceiling and over to the opposite side. And just hold it here, a couple of deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. Great, inhale back up to seated, and same thing on the other side. Inhale to lift, exhale over. Inhale, bring it back to the middle, seated tall, with the spine lifted, rotate over to the right side. Keep it gentle, a soft gaze over the right shoulder. And inhale back to the center, and same thing on the other side. Carefully rotate back to the front. Place your hands on your knees, on your thighs. Rotate your chin towards one shoulder. Chin down towards the chest, all the way over to the other side. And you can just go side to side like this at your own pace. Stretching out and releasing any tension to the back of the neck and the shoulders. Then turn your gaze forward and let the right shoulder drop towards the right ear, perhaps walking that left hand away from the body. A few deep breaths. Let tension ease off those shoulders and the neck. Focus on your breath. That's great. Come on back up to seated center, and then same thing on the other side. Let that left ear drop towards the left shoulder. Right hand can walk away from the body. Breathe. With each exhale, release a little bit more, soften a little bit more. That's great. Come on back to seated center. Just take a few moments here to roll out the shoulders, roll out the neck, roll out the shoulders as well. Just a little bit of gentle movement, just to ease any tension in those shoulders and the neck. Good. And let's come on down onto our back next and cross those legs. Come on down into your back. You can make use of your blankets under the head this time if you wish. As you come down onto your back, gather your knees into the chest for a little bit of a hug. And then start to just rock your knees side to side. Or if you prefer, small circular movements to massage out that low back. And then the other way. Good, and then gather your knees into the chest for a squeeze. And as you exhale, hands on the knees, and let the knees draw away from the body. Let's do that 2 more times. Good. Place your feet on the ground, slightly away from the hips, and let those knees open up. Coming into Baddhakonasana or Cobbler pose on your back. Remember, you can support those legs with bolsters here if you prefer. Allow the shoulders to relax and soften. One more deep breath. Good, and then bring that back in, knees back together. Gather the right knee into the chest. A little bit of a roll out. Squeeze that knee in a little closer, holding onto the backs of your thighs, onto your shins. If it's okay for you to straighten out that left leg, go ahead and do that. Yeah. Then we're coming into a spinal twist here. Keep that right arm stretched out about shoulder height. Or if you don't have space, come into a cactus position instead, bend the arm, and then use your left hand to gently guide that right knee over to the left side. As best as you can, that leg may or may not relax down onto the mat. You just hold it there. You should feel a nice stretch in that low back area with this pose. Great. Inhale, bring it back to the center. And then release that right foot onto the ground. Gather the left knee in for a hug, a little bit of movement, rotation. And then either holding onto the back of the left thigh or the shins, gather that knee in and squeeze it in towards the body. Perhaps straightening that right leg, just an option. Keeping that left shoulder grounded, maybe stretched out in a T position or in a cactus position. Use your right hand to guide the left knee towards the right side as best as you can. It might not be a lot. It might just have to be a little rotation. But just keep it there. Keep breathing. That's great. Come on back to the center, rotate back to the middle, and then place both feet onto the ground. Just take a little moment to adjust the spine, make sure it's in line. Your hips are in line with the shoulders. And a little bit of windshield wiper movement, letting both knees gently drop side to side to ease any tension in that low back in those hips. Okay, and then we're going to come back to center, and at this time we're going to finish off either in Savasana, or my favorite thing to do is the leg up against the wall pose. I find this is the best pose for insomnia. And if you don't want to come up against the wall, you can always place your feet on a couch, or like I'm going to show you here, on a bench or a stool or a chair. If you have a wall handy and you want to come up, place your hips close to the wall and just gently drape your feet up against that wall, and you'll stay here for as long as you want to. I like to say between 2 to 5 minutes. If you don't want to do it against the wall, you're going to be up, place your feet up against a couch or a bench or a stool like I have here, and it's just a really gentle inversion. If you need a little bit more lift to the hips, you can always roll a blanket and place it under the hips so that your heart is a little higher than the head. Okay. And then I'm just going to go and let this video run a little longer so that you can stay in this quiet inversion. So I'm just going to let the video run a little longer here so that you can stay with me in your gentle inversion, and your legs up against the wall pose, or legs up against the bench pose in this case, and hopefully you'll be able to stay here for 2 to 5 minutes. If not, at least try for 5 to 10 breaths and then head off to bed.